Hello, hello. So, if you read the image here, you see that the purpose of this video is to let you know about a scam artist we have here in Phoenix. The situation is so wild, I decided to just go ahead and make a video about it because a paragraph or two does not do it justice. At first, I thought this woman, Ella, supposedly a master loctician, I thought she was just incompetent, but at this point, I realized that she knowingly destroyed my hair. And to be honest, that's not even the wildest part. The wildest part is how she responded to it. So I'm going to tell you what she did first, and then I will tell you the crazy part. This was my hair about a week and a half pre Ella. I started my dreads several months ago in March, I believe, and I've been having them palm rolled. That was only working partially because of the texture of my hair. So the ends were dreading up nicely, but the roots were still straight. I had about 3 or 4 inches of roots that were completely straight, and I begged my stylist to crochet them, but she did not want to take on that particular task. So I go off looking for someone else to crochet my hair because I want to get it locked up and done as quickly as possible instead of spending the next year palm rolling them, hoping it works out, and having them, just be too wild. So if you do crochet dreads in Phoenix, start advertising a little bit better because I was only able to find one person who actually does crochet dreads. So I come across this Instagram page, and I'll be honest, all the signs were there. She had a website, but there was no phone number, no address. It just all looked shady, but I was desperate. I was so sick of my hair. I couldn't find anybody to crochet it, so I gambled and I paid for it. But she has this ridiculous quote process, so I ended up sending her a message on Instagram because you can't just call her. She charges $30 for a phone call. So I ended up sending her a message on Instagram to let her know that I wanted to get my hair crocheted. And about a week later, she sends me a long message. I had sent her my phone number and everything, but she took a week to get back to me to send me this long message about how terrible my dreads were and how they needed to be taken out and redone. Now, we did end up going back and forth about this for several messages, several, and I was very clear that all I wanted was to have them crocheted. I didn't want any of that other stuff. And she kept, this is an important detail, remember this. She kept trying to push extensions on me, and I was like, no, we are not doing extensions. I just want them crocheted. And I was so clear about that. So finally, she gave me the quote to have them crocheted. If you've never seen them, this is what crochet dreadlocks look like. They just take it's exactly what it sounds like. They take a crochet hook and they instantly lock your hair and knot it up inside of the dreadlock so that you don't have to wait months and months and months for the whole process. I had done one myself, and that's what made me decide to go ahead and get them crocheted. And when I walked in, I showed Ella the one that I had done. And I told her, I know it's not very good, but this is what I'm looking for. And she said, yeah, that looks exactly like a crochet dreadlock. And I had to say it to her several times. To be honest with you, just looking at her face, even through her pictures, you can see she's got some real fetal alcohol syndrome vibes. So the whole time that I had to repeat myself over and over and over again in text message and to her face, I was trying to be empathetic because I honestly thought she just wasn't quite there where the rest of us are because I said it so many times. So I showed her this example of the one I had done myself, and now I am finally about to show y'all what she actually did to my hair. Now, keep in mind, I really don't know anything about hair, especially dreads. I am not on some spiritual journey or anything. I just didn't want to comb my hair anymore, so I decided to get dreads. So when I told her I wanted them crocheted, well, first of all, when she advertised that she crocheted dreads, and I told her that I wanted my dreads crocheted, and we agreed that she would be crocheting my dreads, I assumed that she was crocheting my dreads when I was sitting there. I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like. I didn't know what it was going to end up looking like. I just trusted her. What she actually did was rip my dreads apart in order to have some spare hair to wrap around the rest of my dread. And I didn't realize it until about a week later when they started to unravel. That's when I noticed that the hair underneath was still perfectly straight and not at all crocheted, not even a little bit. And I realized she does not know how to crochet dreads, which is why she continually pushed extensions on me. She continually wanted to put extra hair in my, because that's all she does is wrap it around. She does not do real dreads at all whatsoever. So I don't know. This was not something that I could have expected. Like I said, I know that it was not the best call to just find some rando on Instagram. There were all the signs that she was a scammer. She didn't have a phone number, an address. She only takes Venmo, all this sorts of stuff. But who could expect that you could walk into a place with dreads and someone is just going to take it upon themselves to rip them apart instead of crochet them, which you discussed several times over. Like, that's not a regular thing that any person would come to expect. That is some supervillain shit. Who does that to someone? Especially for one black woman to do to another, although I guess that's negotiable because while on Juneteenth on Instagram, it's all black love and N-word, on a loan application, it's a whole different story, but that doesn't have anything to do with my hair, I guess. Anyway, so we're at the point in this tragedy where it's been about a week and a half since I have seen Ella, since we've had our appointment, and I'm realizing that not only is my hair not crocheted, but it is just a cluster. Because you see those knots right at the root right there? I don't even know what she did there. I think it was some sort of interlocking, but she ripped the hair apart, wrapped it around, and then interlocked that part closed. So there's nothing I can really ever do to get that portion of the hair to lock. There's just nothing that's going to happen that's going to make that work out. This is just how my hair is now. But I realized that I have to contact her, if for no other reason, just to let her know, to give her feedback. And that was where I was at that point, because honestly, y'all, I really just thought she was stupid. That was my honest belief, because talking to her is like, it's like talking to a box of rocks. So I realized I have to contact her, and I start reflecting on our appointment. Our appointment, it was a 7-hour appointment. She scheduled a 7-hour appointment. And it was supposed to be at 9 o'clock. We didn't end up getting started till after 10. I didn't really care about that. I just wish she had been honest about it, because she texted me and said, I'll be ready at 9:15. Then at 9:15, she texted me and says, I'm here, I'm just setting up, you should wait in your car. Since I'm grown, of course, I text her back and said, I'm in the hallway, it's no big deal, no rush, take your time. And I meant it. I really didn't care. But of course, she walks in to the building, not out of the room, but into the building 20-30 minutes later with an attitude with me for not doing as I was told and waiting in my car to keep from catching her in her ridiculous, pointless lie. But she walks in with a dog to our appointment. And I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. But I do not want a dog in the treatment room with us, because this was just an office building. This wasn't a salon suite. This was just a regular office building with no sink in the room for to wash hands. So the whole thing was just disgusting and unprofessional. So I really didn't expect much from her. She schedules a 7-hour appointment with no lunch break for herself. So instead of taking a lunch break at some point, she just periodically stops to eat her food and share her food with her dog. And I have to watch the dog lick her fingers. And then she just keeps touching her food with the fingers that her dog just licked. And the only thing between that and my hair is half a squidget of hand sanitizer. So the whole thing was just, she's just, ugh. She's got this miserable energy. She's defensive. She's dishonest. So she's just got this miserable energy, and I just knew it was going to go badly. But I'm going to let her know anyway. And at first, when I let her know, I was just giving her a heads up. This whatever you did not work. It's not working out at all. So don't do this to anybody else. That was honestly the first thing that I thought to say. After I sent that message, where I just kind of sent her pictures and let her know what was going on, that the technique was not effective, I went ahead and read through our conversation, and I looked at it again, and I realized just how many times, I'm telling y'all, it was like 4 or 5 times that I said specifically that I wanted her to crochet my dreads. And I had empathy before, because like I said, I just thought she was dumb. But at this point, I was like, I said that enough times, and I said it several times to your face. You should have done what I asked you to do. At that point, it was like, no, you knew that you weren't crocheting my hair, because I realized she kept trying to push the extensions, and then the technique that she tried, I have to assume is one that you use for extensions and not one you use for actual dreads. So at that point, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and request a full refund. And what she said to me was absolutely crazy, to be honest. She told me that my hair wasn't right for dreads. So when I first messaged her and sent her pictures and described my hair texture and asked her specifically, if you don't have experience with my texture, just let me know. Send me someplace else, please. She decides now, after seeing pictures, talking to me about it, touching my hair, me making the same request several times in a row in text to her face, after charging me, she decides now that dreads just aren't right for my hair and it's my problem and I should leave her alone. The part that will really make it difficult for you to figure out if she's stupid or crazy is that in her last message to me, she acknowledged that I asked her to just crochet the roots, which is what I've been saying this whole time. She knew that this is what I was asking for. Yet, my hair looks like this. I'm not sure where the disconnect is for her. I'm not sure if she really believes that she crocheted my hair and she's just that stupid, or if she is just this much of a liar. If she really is like this much of a scam artist. I don't know if she's stupid or crazy. Either way, Ella, still waiting to hear from you to work this out. Until I do hear from you, in order for us to come to some sort of amicable arrangement, which is what I asked for in the first place, I hope you enjoy this new internet presence that I will be building for you, because it will be around for a very long time. And it'll be a real shame if you lose a lot of potential clients over your refusal to behave with any professionalism with just one client. So, hope to hear from you soon. But honestly, if not, I think I'm going to enjoy this either way.